Must win. 2 words coaches try not to toss around unless they really mean it. So the fact that John Miller-Racy invoked that phrase this week shows you the importance of this one for 6th place South Georgia Tormenta FC as they host unbeaten 2nd place Union Omaha, presented by Durance Lane. And a good Friday evening to all of you folks who picked a great way to kick off your weekend. Joe Malfa here from Irk Russell Park in Statesboro, Georgia for the first ever meeting between South Georgia and Omaha in USL League One, and it's a big one. I mentioned a must-win for South Georgia. They sit in 6th with 9 points. A big one for the Owls as well. 2nd place, 15 points. Looking to keep it that way with Richmond hot on their heels. But they go up against this desperate South Georgia side that will be relying on Luca Meyer to pepper shots on goal tonight, as he's done all season long. He leads the league with 26 when you include blocks. John Miller-Racy believes he is on the verge of a breakthrough, and that's why he is tonight's Davis Marketing Player to watch. He broke through once against Chattanooga. Incredible strike there. We have to look at it again. And Miller-Racy is hoping for more of that tonight from the Tormenta striker, as they need to get 3 points against an Omaha side that will rely on Evan Conway. Conway got the game-winning goal against Orlando City B this past weekend. Both of his goals this season were game winners for the Owls, and he had a bit of a spell in the middle of the season where Jay Mims feels he lost his confidence a bit, but it's back, and it showed with the goal. He is one who's going to get a lot of shots on target as well. He's got 19 shots this season, and he is a big reason the Owls are soaring to such great heights in 2nd place, trying to fend off Richmond, who will play tomorrow. But the Owls, if they could come away with 3 points tonight and continue to start their unbeaten record to the season, that would be huge. But for the first time, they enter the game with big targets painted on their backs. How do they handle the pressure against this Tormenta side? Catch the Friday night showdown on the other side of this break right here on ESPN+.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
Why contact a marketing agency?
Is it to see this guy scribble on a whiteboard, or to listen to the ins and outs of marketing?
Or is it to partner with a group of creatives who will connect you to them and grow your brand?
Here, we join with you to push your business to new heights.
It's not about the us, but about the us, and how we can get your brand out there and connect and become their favorite.
We are the planners, doers, designers, and engagers who cut the crap and just make it happen.
We are Davis Creative Group.
You already know that we live in a world of screens. But did you know that you could advertise your business on every single one of those screens? Harness the power of a multi-screen approach with Via Media. Via Media puts your message in front of your customers wherever they are, no matter which device they're on. Get seen on the channels, programs, and websites that your customers care about with Via Media. Contact us today to get started on growing your business at viamediatv.com.
Few moments away from tonight's match, presented by Davis Marketing. Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN+. A thumbs up from John Miller-Racy to the South Georgia crowd as he is fired up to get this game going. And this is the lineup that he sends out there tonight, brought to you by Durance Lane. A big addition back to the lineup tonight. They get Joshua Phelps back to the back line. He missed last game to a red card suspension. Huge to have that defender back. And again, they go with a different formation, trying to change things as they look to be more clinical in the final third. Look for Micheletto and Meyer to be the guys to get that breakthrough for this side in need of goals, and a lot of shots all across the board tonight. Meyer leads with 26. We mentioned that already. But behind him, Ethan Decker in 2nd place. And then Marco Micheletto tied for 4th in the league with 21. Already mentioned in 5th in the league. Not pictured there. It's Evan Conway who's on the left side tonight for Omaha. Again, lineups brought to you by Durance Lane. And they go with just about what exactly has been getting them to this point. The one change from their last outing, Elvir Ibišević comes in for Elma Enfor. But other than that, unchanged. And why change a thing when you're 4-0-3? Sergei Demyanchuk just about set to blow the whistle and kick us off here in Statesboro. Here we go. Expect high intensity. A must-win for South Georgia, according to John Milleracey. And Omaha looking to remain in second place after just earning that spot this past week. 7 matches unbeaten to begin their inaugural USL League One campaign. It ties the mark set by North Texas last year for most matches unbeaten to begin a season. It's Pablo Jara. Gets set for his first touch on the ball here tonight. One of the top goalkeepers in League One, looking to keep Omaha off the score sheet this evening. That back line has struggled for Tormenta. They've dealt with injuries, with suspensions, and they have a debutant tonight on the right side, Curtis Thorne. The Englishman making his debut, came up through the Tormenta side in USL League 2. Looking to make his mark on the starting lineup tonight for the League One side. Turnover, Marco Micheletto looking to go quickly. Finds Meyer, but Osumanu knocks it away from his backside. Gets it away even further. And Tyler David can clear the danger. Shows you just how quickly this Tormenta side can strike. Micheletto, Meyer, always dangerous. They're tied for 7th in the league with 9 goals, but tied for 2nd in shots with 106. John Milleracey spoke to us this week. Another stat they track is expected goal percentage. And from their in-house calculations, looking across the whole league as they go through film study, they are #1 in the league in that stat category, according to them. He just feels they have not had their composure. They have not been clinical in the final third. The opportunities are there, but the forwards, it's almost become mental at this point for them, where it's in their heads and they're struggling to finish. He believes Micheletto, Meyer, and Coutinho, all up there tonight, are on the verge of a breakthrough, and no better game than tonight to do it. A game, again, he called a must-win for his Tormenta side. Bucci Obinwa, Ricardo Gomez settling things in the midfield tonight. Obinwa did not get the start last time out. Through ball looking for Jad Arslan. Might have been offsides, doesn't matter, knew who comes out for it anyway. Arslan gets the nod tonight on the left side after coming in as a sub and getting their lone goal against Greenville last time out. He might be a bit unhappy to see a different opponent than Greenville. All 3 of his League One goals have come against Greenville in his 2 years with his Tormenta side. Heavy pressure from Ibišević. Omaha likes to pressure. It's a very controlled but chaotic pressure up top. They pick their moments like this to try to trap the opposition in their defensive third. South Georgia does well to break that press. Heavy touch from Coutinho gives it right back to Villader. And our first foul of the evening. Nice tackle by Arslan, defender by trade, midfielder, converted recently. Ellsworth pushes forward on the right side, as do both of the outside backs for Omaha. We take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by Hampton Inn. As I was alluding to, for Tormenta, it's composure in the finish. They have to be able to keep their heads cool and get the goals when they have the opportunities. And for Omaha, it's just a matter of focusing on this game and this game only. Jay Mims was very hesitant to say anything about the team's wariness of where they are in the standings. He wants to focus on what has gotten his team to this point, which is just focusing on one game at a time. As cliche as that sounds, it's what they're doing, and it's worked so far. They're 4-0-3. They want to remain unbeaten. He doesn't want to get too caught up in all that's going on around him, such that focus is lost on the task at hand. He is a big New England Patriots fan, as he joked with us, and takes some of those mindsets from Bill Belichick in a different sport, obviously. But whenever you see a coach in any sport have that kind of success, not a bad guy to emulate. Chance to whip one in on a set piece for Omaha. They had a lot of these early in their match against Orlando City B this past weekend, with 6 corners in the 15 minutes. Not a corner here, but a chance for a dangerous play. Service not up to the task. Headed away easily. Could sense the buzz of the Tormenta fans tonight in this one early. They know how important it is. Tormenta FC would like to thank the Islands for being the apartment complex our players call home. Giveaway by Tyler David gets John Milleracey on his feet. The tone in talking to Milleracey, it's frustration, but it's also pride in how his team has played. Frustration is more just due to the bad luck they've had as far as any quarantines and injuries they've had to deal with. They've had a lot of games this season in which they weren't working with a full deck, but they've still managed to get really strong results against really good teams. A break here or there, and he feels this is a totally different season, whether that break come on a lucky bounce in a game that hasn't gone their way, injuries that haven't broken their way. Now a long ball up towards Ethan Vanacore-Decker, the August player of the month. But Hara gets to it before the striker. Going back to what Milleracey was saying, he felt his team looked solid in that Greenville match. Outplayed them in the second half, especially down the stretch. But it was a 15-minute lapse in the first half that cost them. You have to avoid that lapse. Jay Mims donning the red tonight for the Owls, trying to force those early mistakes by Tormenta. Sumano opens it up to Houseworth. Well, Sumano, a big reason this back line for Omaha has been as good as it has been. And just as I say that, he gives it away but wins it back. Nearly a mistake, but did not make it cost them. Wins it right back. Contreras presses forward. The eldest statesman on this team. Jay Mims raved about him this week and all that he brings to this team. Over 30 years old. He's been playing for over 10 years, 6 different countries. He's married, he's got kids. Totally different perspective than a lot of the young guys on this team. They look up to him as a role model and the leader. And it's been huge for their development early on. First time these teams are ever facing off. First time Mims and Milleracey are coaching against each other. So maybe as expected, the first 10 minutes. Not a lot of action in either box. Teams feeling each other out. Coutinho gives it away and commits the foul on Devin Boyce, who had the assist last week. Beautiful spell of play from him that sprung that Omaha goal. Dodged a couple of defenders and floated a perfect pass back post for Evan Conway. Jay Mims said he had to have watched it at least 50 times during the week. When you get a goal that's as perfect as that in the build-up, the cross, the finish, everything about it. And Boyce, one of those youngsters on this team that Mims believes the game is starting to slow down for. Everything is starting to come more naturally, a lot easier. And it's manifesting itself in the results and the confidence this team comes in with. Tormenta Tormenta more of a possession team than Omaha. They'll look to play out of the back, but we'll have to deal with that high press from Omaha all night. Boyce in tight quarters, finds Abishevic. Now Conway in space. He has his confidence after scoring the goal this past week, and it's on display. No hesitation there in the shot from distance, just wide. All Pablo O'Hara could do was watch and hope that that thing was going wide as we take a look at it again on the Island's replay. Right about here, he picks his head up, knows he's going for goal. O'Hara frozen. Glad to see that hit the bleachers rather than the nylon behind him. Goalkeeper to goalkeeper, something we see a lot when Omaha's the home team on their smaller field at Warner Park. Jay Mims believes the bigger field actually does play to their strengths. Here into Meyer. Luca Meyer needed that breakthrough for Tormenta, and he gets it in the 11th minute. South Georgia on top early.
Goal Tormenta, scored by number 7, Luca Meyer.
That goal brought to you by Durance Lane. We take another look at it on the Island's replay. Giveaway at the back. Just as I was saying, this team believes the bigger field plays to their strengths. Bad giveaway at the back by Kroll, and in behind Nuhu before he could do anything about it. Milleracey called upon Meyer and Micheletto to lead that breakthrough. And Meyer earns his second goal of the season. Right back at it on the pressure from Meyer. Again, goal brought to you by Durance Lane, his second of the year. How does Omaha respond to this adversity? Tormenta looking to add to it. Coutinho has Arslan. Flag was going to go up there. Long ball. The flag this time does go up on Abishevic. Luca Meyer, the 24-year-old Austrian, went to the University of South Carolina, played in the Tormenta 2 side. USL League 2 best 11 member last year with 8 goals and 5 assists. And his scoring touch, much appreciated by John Milleracey in the first quarter hour. Called upon his team to start fast, not have that first half lapse. Well, they still have about a half an hour to go to avoid that first half lapse. But check off a couple of boxes so far. Luca Meyer breakthrough, check. Early goal, check. Play with energy, check. This team has to be happy with the start they've had, and John Milleracey, the perfectionist that he is going to want more. This team is 1-0-2 when scoring first. They've been involved in some crazy games down the stretch, especially at home. Omaha 2 draws when conceding first. Tormenta, a team that has more of a knack for scoring late. That's just their second goal in the first quarter hour, now looking to avoid conceding one. Abishevic can't find Manacor Decker. That last pass so far has not been there for Omaha. Both teams came into this one scoring 9 goals on the season. The difference, Omaha has only allowed 5 compared to Tormenta's 13. Very Very stingy defense for the Owls. Tough to break them down, but Tormenta takes advantage of the turnover. Micheletto to Meyer. The official scoring after the turnover by Kroll. 3 times Omaha has conceded in the opening quarter hour. Tied with New England. Opposite ends of the spectrum there. Omaha in second place, New England in last. So Omaha has been able to deal with things and handle that adversity after conceding first. Coutinho, the distributor in this attack. Arslan let it go, thought he was offside. I mentioned that Omaha came in only allowing 5 on the season. Make that 6. And with 3 coming in the first quarter hour, over 50% of their goal, or exactly, 50% of their goals have been allowed in the first 15 minutes, something that Jay Mims is surely going to want to focus on as we head into the second half of this season. Big watch party tonight at the corner kick in Omaha. 6 of the 9 goals by Omaha this season have come in the second half. So breathe a sigh of relief, have another slider, take a breath. It's all going to be okay if things go to form. The way this Tormenta side looks early on, Omaha has to just be careful that that 1 goal deficit does not become 2. Durrance Lane is the official car dealer of Tormenta FC. Kroll looking to make amends for the turnover that led to the Tormenta goal down the wing, but cut out by Thorne. Hasn't had to do much so far in his debut. Thorne has an MVP award in his back pocket in the NPSL with the New Orleans Jesters. Long ball to Arslan. Good first touch. Has a chance now on his right foot. Knew who to stop. Rebound. Nudged on by Osumanu, not cleanly, but it got the job done. Boyce tries the long ball. Barra uses his head. And Cordecker goes down right in front of Milleracey on the sideline. Milleracey didn't seem too happy about that call. Another look now on the Island's replay at that beautiful first touch by Arslan. Scored from distance on a shot like this last week. Tried his luck again. This time, shot saved by Rashid Nuhu. Omaha loves to take any chance they can on a set piece like this. Contreras serves it in, top of the box. Second ball won by Tormenta. Ethan Vanderkoor-Decker picks his head up. Takes a deflection. First corner kick of the match. First corner of the match brought to you by the Sack Company. As Sebastian Contreras sends it in. Backside of the box. And he overcooked it just a tad. Over the head of Jake Kroll, out for a throw on the far side, right in front of Bolt the Ibis. Marco Micheletto leaves it, ladles it back to Thorne. Tormenta will look again to build out of the back. on the season. Now, granted, they have played 9 games, so they do have an advantage over most teams in the games played department. But they lead the league in passes with 39-39, an average 54% possession every match. They will look to possess and build from the back when they can. Another look at this foul by Houseworth on the Island's replay. Nice interchange down the right wing. Good idea. Draws the applause from Thorne as he made his run up from his right back position. Just a tad too heavy on the touch. Now on the flip side of Tormenta, Omaha only comes in averaging 47% possession. Came into this one 10th in the league with 23-01 in the passes department. More content to play without the ball and make the most of their opportunities when they have them. Nicoletto saves it at the end line. Always dangerous when he's around the box. 23 chances created this season. Tried a quick even go with Coutinho. Down holding his right leg. Play continues. He's rolling around now on the ground. See if we can see exactly what happened here to Coutinho. Looked like he had that right ankle stepped on by Devin Boyce on the Island's replay. A 26-year-old Brazilian. Back to his feet, didn't need the trainers, so he can stay on. Optum Orthopedics and Health System is the official team healthcare provider of Tormenta FC. David has his pass blocked. Now down the left side, Arslan. Flag stays down. Into the box alone. Working on Nuhu. Off the post and then in. Oh, what bad luck at the back for Omaha. Great fortune for Jed Arslan and Tormenta. And they take a commanding 2-0 lead here in the 22nd minute. Dream start for a team desperate for 3 points. Nightmare at the back for a team looking to remain in second place. Turnover here. Starts things from David. We take another look at this goal on the Island's replay. Arslan is confident. He scored last game. This shot takes a touch off the post, and then Nuhu, oh, looked like he was trying to swivel around and just clear it for a corner and deal with the corner, but ends up in his own net. Goal brought to you by Durrance Lane.
Tormenta goal after a Union Omaha own goal.
Will be an officially own goal on Nuhu. Nearly another one on the other end. Curtis Storm cleared that one out towards his own goal. And I'll tell you, own goal is working its way into the Golden Boot race here in USL League One this season. We have seen a lot of those recently. Corner from Contreras. Shot from Osumanu. Dealt with at the back. Ara clapping his hands. More to be dealt with. And another corner coming from Contreras. Corner brought to you by the Sack Company. Did just see an own goal on Wednesday night as well in the New England game. Gave Chattanooga the win. Contreras delivers. Ball loose. Shot from Boyce. Nearly clocks a fan top of the bleachers. Did well to get out of the way of that one. And now we will really see what Omaha is made of. Another look at this corner on the Island's replay. In the 25th minute here, catch your breath for a moment. Action has been non-stop. What will both coaches say to their teams in the hydration break? A few moments away from that. Officially an own goal. No surprise there on Rashid Nuhu. Brought to you by Durrance Lane. Thorne very calmly deals with that on the far side. J. Mims looks on as his Owls are down by 2 goals for the first time this season. They've never faced a deficit greater than 1. Just the 7th goal they've even allowed all season. Nicoletto looking to run onto this one in some space. A throw for the Owls. Just to further illustrate how good Omaha has been at the back this year, through 7 games, they've only allowed 15 shots on goal. So just a tad over 2 shots on goal per game against. Tormenta, on the other hand, 34 shots on goal faced by Pablo Jara. Challenge here by O'Sullivan, but clean. John Miller-Racy thought he looked a bit rusty last time out. It was his first game in a long time coming back from injury for Tormenta, so it was to be expected. Miller-Racy confident that he will be a big piece of this defense as he gets back into form. And you get into form by playing. 2 starts in a row for O'Sullivan. With Skelton out. Contreras sends it in, dangerous area, dealt with by Thorne. Obinwa just launches it. Keep an eye on Nuhu. The next few times that he is forced to deal with something. Anytime you get a moment like that for a goalkeeper, it does a funny thing to your confidence. Want to keep an eye on the next shot or 2 he faces. That was officially the 7th own goal this season in League One. So as I mentioned, Emiliano Terzaghi step aside. Own goal leads the Golden Boot race. Terzaghi with 6 for Richmond. Greg Hurst, Ricky Lopez, Espin, 5 each behind that. Two for Orlando, 2 for New England. Chattanooga, Omaha, and Richmond 1 apiece. There's your 7 own goals on the season here in week 9. Nuhu's been able to deal with a couple of touches that have not been dangerous. No players around him. Good for a goalkeeper to have his next couple of touches after a play like that be under no duress. Just take a deep breath, move on. Anacor Decker sends one back post. Conway centers it. Gomez disposes of it. The Owls like to try long throws towards the near post when they're at home. And it looks like they're going to try it here. Kroll is their long throw specialist. Congregation of white jerseys at the 6-yard box near that near post. They do try the long throw. It gets to that area of the field, but no harm done. Another one lofted in. David rises to meet it. Saved by Jara. Pablo Jara He's good for a couple of those per game. Tyler David gets through the air just about as good as anybody in USL League One. Floated up to meet this one. Another look at it on the Islands replay. With the way that ball was, I didn't know that he was going to get enough power on this. But he snaps it down, and Hara makes the massive save to preserve the 2-goal lead for Tormenta. And with that, it looks like Demjanjuk is sending the team to the sideline for their hydration break. Right at the 30-minute mark. What a first 30 minutes it was for South Georgia. Luca Meyer in the 11th from Marco Micheletto. And then 11 minutes later, Rashid Nuhu own goal on a funny play off the post. Hydration break brought to you by Coca-Cola. John Milleracey saunters over to talk to his squad. A lot more to figure out on the other side for Jay Mims as he ponders what to tell his group. The first goal for Tormenta came on an Omaha mistake at the back. Kroll gives it away. Pressure by Coutinho. Then Micheletto finds Meyer. Finds a nice little spot near post past Nuhu. And then here's the second goal. Arslan comes in, takes a deflection off the post, and then Nuhu whips around and puts it in the back of his own net. So 2 miscues at the back. And Jay Mims, understandably animated. John Milleracey on the other side. Well, not much for him to worry about right now. His team played a nearly picture-perfect first half hour. He's been happy with the way his team has been playing everywhere except the final third. And now in the first half hour, you get 2 goals, so that means he's happy with everything through the first half hour. They just have to keep it that way. They've had some lapses, as I mentioned earlier, in the first half, where it's cost them goals. 15-minute bad stretch against Greenville last timeout. Out of the hydration break, set to begin again. Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN+. Friday night action in USL League One. Another long throw. Omaha will reset. Gomez comes back and wins it. Ford crashes hard into the advertisement board. Luca Meyer in space. He hasn't really had any opportunities since he scored that early goal. John Milleracey talked about the confidence that comes with being a striker. Once you get one turns into 3, which turns into 7. Meyer pressures Nuhu. Conway running underneath this one. Heard some shouts from the field about it being offsides. Flag stays down. Manacor Decker surges forward. Dispossessed, and they reboot from the back. Hausworth sends it across. Flicked on by Contreras. No look flick with the left foot. Nearly sprung Conway into open space at the back post. Another look at this one. On the replay brought to you by the Islands. Hausworth just curls this one past his defender, and Contreras, I don't think he was going for goal there per se, but put it into a dangerous spot. Hoped Conway could get on the end of it. Tackle by Gomez. Dangerous there. Demjanjuk says it's clean. Anacor Decker was down, top of the box, as Tormenta pushes forward. They'll slow it down. Nine points in 9 matches for Tormenta. We're desperate for 3 tonight. Looking to get a 3rd goal. Sumano just deals with it. Demjanjuk jogging back to deal with something. But set to begin the action once more. First corner of the match coming up for Tormenta, brought to you by the Sack Company. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Corner sent in, center of the box. Shouts for a handball from Omaha. But they get neither the handball call nor the goal kick call. It's another corner kick brought to you by the Sack Company for Tormenta. They'll try from the other side. And from this side, it is Marco Micheletto who will stand over it. Stefan Muller with his left foot delivers the in-swinger from the other side. Muller is short to receive this one from Micheletto if he chooses to go that route. He opts for the longer route instead. Backside, headed towards frame, but just wide. Take a closer look here to see if we could spot that handball that Omaha was arguing about on the Islands replay. Didn't look to be anything there. Just a flick on to the backside for another corner kick. Boyce settles, nice touch pass. Gomez draws the foul. Devin Boyce, another of the players in the midfield that Jay Mims was raving about this week. Really coming into his own as a staple in this lineup. Another giveaway by Kroll. Last time it led to a goal. Micheletto gets past him once more. Tries to thread the needle to Meyer. Takes a deflection. Arslan can't hold on to it. And Contreras can get it forward. Watch Kroll's confidence as well whenever he's on the ball now. 2 times he's tried to go forward. 2 times he's turned it over. Once it led to a goal there. Nearly sprung another opportunity for Tormenta. Arslan in space. As Meyer to his left, fronted by Boyce. Coutinho. Tackle put in by Osumanu. Coutinho off his rhythm. Cross from Meyer, dealt with easily by Nuhu. Looked to play quickly, but he'll settle. Dami Villader, haven't called his name a ton so far in this one. Needs to get more involved on that left side for Omaha. But he has his hands full with Marco Micheletto. Jay Mims talked about Villader's development as a defender. He's always had the knack for going forward, to dribble, to pass, do all those things, and be a really good offensive defender. But he's really come into his own as a true defender. Mims talked about how many really good right wingers there are in this league and that they've faced. And Villader has dealt with it well. Maybe going up against one of the best right wingers in the league tonight in Micheletto. Could be part of the reason he has been a bit more hesitant to range forward, so as not to give Micheletto that space in behind on a quick transition play. David directs traffic. Boyce out wide for Hausworth. Good width from the Owls. Can Hausworth do anything with it? Lays it off for Contreras. Thought about a quick give and go. Now Contreras gets it back. Headed away by Muller. And Decker works with Contreras. They convert the give and go. Volley! Your August player of the month showing his confidence going forward. Trying to pull one back for the Owls. Another look at that one on the Island's replay. Contreras very tricky around the box. You saw the flick, no look from him a moment ago. Now this flick right to Vanacore Decker. Great pace on the volley. Just put it wide of the post. Tormenta FC would like to thank Southern Downs for being the place our players call home. Don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for South Georgia Tormenta FC and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on their next home match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Just a few moments remaining here in this first half. A few minutes separating Tormenta from going into the locker rooms with a commanding 2-0 lead. Luca Meyer in the 11th, Rashid Nuhu own goal in the 22nd. Second place Owls in some trouble on the road in South Georgia. Playing for the first time in sole possession of second place. One of the all-important spots in the League One final on Halloween. Only 1 point ahead of Richmond. Foul, edge of the box. Is Demjanjuk going to point to the spot or outside the box? He says outside the box. That was a close one. A few inches away from putting Omaha at the spot and giving them a chance to equalize. It'll still be a chance from here, but obviously not as good of a chance as a penalty. And that was a close one. That looked to be in the box. Tormenta catches a break on the Island's replay. So often you see players get fouled outside of the box and fall in, and it's erroneously called a penalty. This time, fouled inside the box, falls out, and erroneously not called a penalty. Contreras, a dangerous left foot. This is a great spot for him to test Pablo Jara. Look for Contreras maybe to hit this one with pace towards the back post. Put it in a dangerous spot for Jara. He does just that. There was a whistle. And it was for Demjanjuk not giving the whistle yet. Oh, that found the back of the net. Goal called back for Omaha because Demjanjuk had not yet blown the whistle. Contreras will look to duplicate that. And this delivery not the same. Corner brought to you by the Sack Company. After Omaha thought they pulled one back. Contreras serves, and again Demjanjuk having him wait for the whistle. There is the whistle. Contreras takes quickly. Back post. Flicked on and looked to be Phelps rising to meet it. Boyce to keep it alive for the Owls. Nice little turn past Micheletto, but Micheletto does well to shield it off and win it back. In the 45th minute now, couple of step overs from Micheletto. He's got players with him. In space on the left side from Muller. That space closed quickly by Conway. Into stoppage time now, officially 2 minutes.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 2 minutes added time.
Stoppage time brought to you by Southern Downs. Couple of minutes with which to work for the Owls as Contreras pushes forward. Contreras runs onto it. The challenge put in by Gomez. Earns another corner for the Owls. This will be the 5th corner kick brought to you by the Sack Company for the Owls so far. They had 13 of them at home in their last time out. So plenty of practice for Sebastian Contreras, both on Sunday and tonight. Backside of the 6. A lot of finger pointing. And it'll be a goal kick. Pablo Jara in no rush. About 40 seconds separate them from going to the locker room with a 2-0 lead. Micheletto keeps it in, goes forward, maybe one last push towards goal. Luca Meyer sprays out wide for Muller. Heavy challenge between Muller and Hausworth, and that is what will take us into halftime. The South Georgia fans, they got what they came here to see. Early goal from Luca Meyer, own goal by Rashid Nuhu 11 minutes later, and it gives Tormenta a 2-0 lead heading into halftime. They answered the bell from John Milleracey. Wanted them to start fast, wanted them to be clinical in the final third, and they got it. Rashid Nuhu and the Owls, some things to talk over in the locker room. Both the Ibis about as happy as an Ibis can be with that first half. Rashid Nuhu gifted a goal in the 22nd minute, but Tormenta will take it any way they can get it. 2-0 Tormenta leads at halftime. Back in a few moments with the Durance Lane halftime show right here on ESPN+.
The farmer uses his vehicle for work, but his wife and children, we have a lot of precious cargo that's put into SUVs and things of that nature. We put a lot of pride in making sure that we have something for everybody.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. If you've delayed your care, we want to reassure you we're prepared for you. Optum's commitment to safe, high-quality care is stronger than ever.
You already know that we live in a world of screens. But did you know that you could advertise your business on every single one of those screens? Harness the power of a multi-screen approach with Via Media. Via Media puts your message in front of your customers wherever they are, no matter which device they're on. Get seen on the channels, programs, and websites that your customers care about with Via Media. Contact us today to get started on growing your business at viamediatv.com.
The Clubhouse in Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play. The Clubhouse in Statesboro, where fun is done.
Durant's Lane halftime show continues here in Statesboro, Georgia, and fans, join us for our Tormenta FC away watch party at Eagle Creek Brewery on September 19th when this Tormenta side visits Fort Lauderdale CF. And it's a Fort Lauderdale side that just had a home game this past weekend as we take a look around the weekend that was in USL League One. Cardboard cutouts enjoyed this early goal for Fort Lauderdale, gave them the 1-0 lead on Chattanooga midway through the first half, but that lead was short-lived. Near the end of the first half, Ronaldo Pineda down the wing off of that mistake, sends a ball all the way across the box, gets through a few black jerseys, finds a white jersey in Walefi on the backside who makes no mistake and ties it at 1. That's how this game would finish. The point got Chattanooga up to 4th in the standings. And they take on Richmond tomorrow, looking to vault even higher. And it's a Richmond side that is also coming off of a draw out in the desert. Now, their draw was a lot more eventful than the Fort Lauderdale-Chattanooga draw. Here you have a penalty to start things off for Tucson. Won't be the last penalty you see in this game. You do see a goalkeeper assist right here as well. Carlos Marancio, a long ball to Shaq Adams. He's got speed to burn, and he finishes this one off, sneaking into the Golden Boot race himself. But that race is being led right now by Emiliano Terzaghi. I mentioned there was one more PK in this game. It belonged to Terzaghi. He found the back of the net, and there would be one more goal. In stoppage time, crazy sequence here in the box. Leads to a volley from the top of the box that is at the backside, headed over the bar off the line. Tucson caught a bit, though, celebrating maybe too much, because on the ensuing corner kick, Riley Kraft, Victor Falk's forehead, and in for the equalizer. Darren Sawatsky fired up to get that point for Richmond, but in the end, they needed 3, because that one left the door open for Union Omaha to vault into second place. They were hosting Orlando City B. It was OCB's probably one of their best performances of the season. A couple of chances early on, the best from Moises Tablante in the box all alone, and knew who stones him. Gave his team a chance to take the lead late in the first half, and Devin Boyce would help in that conversion. Down the wing, dodges a couple defenders, floats this perfect ball backside. Evan Conway finds the spot past the goalkeeper Stajuhar for the goal. Evan and Devin link up. Your name's got a rhyme to score for Union Omaha. Now, this game was not just quite over. Wilfredo Rivera had an opportunity late, but Rashid Nuhu doing what he does best for an Owls side that is flying high right now in second place in USL League One. And when we come back, another look around the league with some more highlights and news and notes.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Penalty against Chattanooga, tied things up at 1. And Luca Meyer, a couple minutes later, gave them the lead. Arslan's shot from distance. Uh-oh, do we have a repeat? Giveaway. Rivera in the box, on his left foot. Nuhu saves them.
Volley fires. Oh, what a goal! Welcome to Madison, sir. Junior, right side. Deflected, still alive, headed, and what a brilliant save! Joe Rice coming to the rescue.
Towards the byline, trying to pick out the cross, ends it piecing through towards Doyle, and it comes from Walefi, whose first time strike has drawn this game level.
Put in by Bender. That is punched and then knocked away. Aviles with the glove save.
Joe Malfa still here with you on ESPN Plus for the Durance Lane Halftime Show, and we take a look now at some news and notes from around USL League One, beginning with the Player of the Month, a very deserving award for Ethan Vanacore-Decker. He's got 2 goals, 4 assists, and has contributed to 7 out of 9 goals overall for Omaha. A big reason they are unbeaten through their first 7, tying the match record set by North Texas last year, and they are in second place on the heels of Greenville, who has this week's Player of the Week in Alex Morel, a goal and an assist last Friday night. Avert your eyes if you're a Tormenta fan. He's a familiar face, and he did it against your team. Partner in crime, Lachlan McLean, they both make this week's Team of the Week. Emiliano Terzaghi in between them with a goal that he scored against Tucson that now puts him in the lead of the Golden Boot race. Greg Hurst, Ricky Lopez-Espin on his heels. A goal back for each of them. Shaq Adams, 2 back. But if his form is any indication of how the rest of the season is going to go, keep an eye on him. He's been playing tremendous soccer in the desert. Now from the goal scorers to the goal stoppers, the Golden Glove race heating up as well. Rashid Nuhu leads the way. Familiar faces Dallas J and Akira Fitzgerald to USL League One fans, with the newcomer Philip Marchetta making a name for himself up in Madison. Joe Rice, Alex Mangles, not on that list, but they were playing Wednesday night. Jason Ramos, unbelievable. I don't think anybody watching that thought he was going to do that. I don't think he thought he was going to do that, but he did it, and it gave Chattanooga the 1-0 lead. They would not take that into halftime, though, because right before the break, in stoppage time, Orlando Sinclair, who's been in and around the goal all year long, finally gets off the schneid and gets the goal, and he was recently celebrating the birth of his child, so it's great for him to get the goal. He's a dad now. Timing good for him, but timing not good for New England late in the game. On the backside, they can't catch a break at home. Diego Souza sees this one off his thigh and in for the 2-1 winner for Chattanooga. Jimmy Obleda there, happy to get that 2-1 win on Wednesday night. And we'll look at the rest of the scores from Week 8 in USL League One as we now look ahead to Week 9, the rest of it at least. We've got a triple header for you on Saturday beginning at 1 p.m. tomorrow for Chattanooga, and it all culminates Sunday. Greenville, Forward Madison, first place versus 5th place, with the races heating up in USL League One. The 4th time these teams are meeting in their histories. Only 1 goal has ever been scored in their matchup, so we'll see how that one plays out. And we'll see how the rest of this one plays out when we come back. A look at some highlights and stats from Tormenta, Omaha, as the Durance Lane Halftime Show rolls on.
I'm Michelle Smith-Lang from Kids World Learning Center here in Statesboro, Georgia. Let us take care of all of your child care needs here at Kids World Learning Center, from your infants all the way to your after-schoolers. We also have a summer camp and holiday camp for those older children, and we have our brand new bus for our field trips, for the children to have fun and to learn and to explore new things all around our beautiful county. Thank you for trusting us with your most prized possessions.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
You already know that we live in a world of screens. But did you know that you could advertise your business on every single one of those screens? Harness the power of a multi-screen approach with Via Media. Via Media puts your message in front of your customers wherever they are, no matter which device they're on. Get seen on the channels, programs, and websites that your customers care about with Via Media. Contact us today to get started on growing your business at viamediatv.com.
Skies opened up during the halftime interval, but Mother Nature looking down positively on this. Stopped the rain right before we're about to start the action here in the second half. Joe Malfa here with you on the Durance Lane Halftime Show. We take a look at the first half highlights, how we got to this 2-0 scoreline in favor of Tormenta. Highlights brought to you by Durance Lane. First real chance of the night belonged to Conway and the Owls. Hara frozen, could do nothing but watch. But then the giveaway at the back. Jake Kroll gives it away on that left side. And it happens so fast. Micheletto, one touch, finds Meyer, one touch, finds the back of the net. 1-0 lead. Tormenta. And then shortly thereafter, just 11 minutes later, really good first touch by Jad Arslan. Takes a shot, and a save, goal coming up in a minute. Jad Arslan did it both times. Here is the goal from Jad Arslan. Well, from Rashid Nuhu, courtesy of Jad Arslan. Takes his space down the wing. Fires a shot that hits the post, and as Nuhu turns to face it, that's a nightmare for a goalkeeper. And it's a 2-0 lead for Tormenta. Chances still to be had in this first half for Omaha. Osumanu, saved back there by Hara. Big clap from Hara. Made a couple of big saves in this first half to keep that 2-0 scoreline in favor of Tormenta. This one whipped in by Boyce, but doesn't trouble the netminder as Hara watches it sail high and wide. This was a chance for Omaha to take one back, but in the end, great save by Pablo Hara. He's been tremendous for this team all year long. This team has given up 13 goals coming in, but not a lot of them have been his fault. First half stats brought to you by Durance Lane. The 2 goals for Tormenta on 4 shots, both of them on target, went in. For Omaha, 6 shots, 2 on target. Possession goes the way of the Owls. Not something you typically see in an Omaha game, but after going down 2-0, they have been converting all of their energy. Go forward, keep the ball. Tormenta has sat back and let them push forward. One sub for each team. For Tormenta, it's Danny Jackson in for Lucas Coutinho. Waiting for the whistle from Demianchuk. Substitutions for Omaha in a moment. There were actually 3 of them, excuse me. Danny Jackson, the substitute for Tormenta, will get us kicked off here in the second half. Here we go. 45 separates Tormenta from getting the all-important 3 points in a game that John Milleracey called a must-win. David launches forward. Touched by Vanacore Decker. Boyce and Vanacore Decker interchange on the far side. Overlapping run coming. But he goes inside instead. Substitutions tonight brought to you by The Vault. Get another look. Jackson in for Coutinho. Conway can't get past Thorne, making his pro debut for Tormenta. The right back has looked strong. Verity Souza in for Houseworth. It's the first substitution for the Owls. You saw Verity Souza making the run on the right wing, hoping for the overlap a couple of moments ago. Conway down the left wing again. Dalton Knutson in for Jake Kroll, the other sub, as this one fizzes across the box with nobody on the backside. Kroll had those 2 turnovers in the first half. One led to a goal. Replaced by Knutson. And the third and final substitution, Elma Enfor in for Elver Ibišević. Hoping to spark something for a team facing its largest deficit of the season. They have not yet trailed by 2 goals. Jay Mims is a big proponent of the 5 substitution rule this year. So curiously, only used really one of them last time out against Orlando. He used a second in the 95th minute out of 96, so didn't really have any impact on anything. So he really went through that game with just 1 substitution utilized. Felt that there was really no need to change anything. His guys weren't tired. They were playing really well. Total opposite tonight. 3 substitutions at the halftime interval. Sent in towards Micheletto, and he can't get anything more than a glancing header on it. Rashid Nuhu set to get it back into play. Dami Villader goes back. First touch of the ball for Dalton Knutson. Knutson started the year as a center back, replaced by Kroll, but now it's Knutson back into the fold after the mistakes in the first half by Kroll. Benoit and O'Sullivan. High pressure here to start the second half from Omaha. Leads to a turnover. Vandercourt Decker. Contreras thinks about a shot. Dispossessed cleanly by Phelps. Conway the other way. Open in the box. His shot saved by Hara. And he directs the rebound to Thorne as Enfor was ready to pounce at the back post. Take another look at this one on the Island's replay. High pressure, forces the turnover. Expert level goalkeeping by Pablo Hara. The wherewithal to direct that rebound to Thorne, who was wide open. Far though through the first 5 minutes of this second half. Get a sense for how Omaha might try to come from behind. Heavy pressure. But Tormenta surging forward. They're going to find that third and put it way out of reach. Sebastian Contreras not happy with that foul call. Another look at it on the replay brought to you by the Islands. Looked to be the right call. Contreras came in, clipped the left leg as Meyer was set. Send it forward. Luca Meyer had the League One goal of the year last year. Has a knack for putting one in from this distance. Nearly does. Contreras turns. Out wide. Conway coming in. Omaha forced to swing around the back. Artie Souza. Ethan Vandercourt Decker chipped forward, headed away. Vandercourt Decker still fighting for it. Miscommunication between Vandercourt Decker and Contreras. They're able to play out of it. Contreras through to Enfor. Slight touch on it from Phelps. Just directed it slightly off path, but enough to keep Enfor away from the breakaway. Omaha cascading attacks forward through the first 7 minutes of this second half. Tormenta just on their heels, just clearing anything they can. Very compact at the back. Just waiting to capitalize maybe on a turnover like that. Danny Jackson looking to run onto it. Knutson deals with it initially. Jackson blocks. Micheletto nearly comes in to steal. So perhaps a shift in the mentality from John Milleracey, who's pacing his technical area on the sideline. Free-flowing, built from the back team. They really seem to be packing it in at the back, committing everything they can to defending this 2-0 lead. Team desperately needing to come away with 3 points. As it stands, Tormenta would move up into 5th place with 12 points through 10 played. They'd be the only team, though, that has played 10, so everybody else in the league has at least 1 game on them. It's an uphill battle. They're going to have to get nearly the maximum value of points whenever they can, because of the fact that the other teams have those games in hand. It started tonight. They needed 3 tonight. They're on their way to 3 tonight if they can close it out. Richmond not playing until tomorrow. Omaha will at least temporarily remain in 2nd place. Boyce sends it forward, and away by Phelps. Essentially the reverse scenario as last week, as N4 commits the foul. Last week, Richmond was in 2nd. They played the day before Omaha. They did not hold serve. Omaha vaulted them. Now Omaha might be on their way to dropping serve. Would open the door for the Kickers tomorrow on the road, 1 p.m. against Chattanooga right here on ESPN+. Take a look at that watch party I mentioned earlier at the corner kick in Omaha. Fans having a good time. Really good community out there as they've gotten behind this team that has remained undefeated through 7. In jeopardy, though, now. Jad Arslan not on the same page as Jackson. Quick little apology there from the left winger. Long ball towards Conway. Opening up the stride, working on Thorne. Conway got a goal last week, has 2 on the season. Thinking about having a 3rd. Shot blocked. Contreras. Not sure if that was a shot or trying to chip it in for N4. Left-footed player, had it on his weaker foot. Nice touch on that from the goalkeeper. Puts it right in the path of Muller. Jackson was calling for a long ball into space. But Muller just plays it off of Ferdy Souza. Omaha came into this one in 2nd place. But something to keep an eye on is the standings when going by points per game. And that average, kind of keep in mind where the teams might stand based on how many games they played. They were in 1st in terms of points per game over Greenville. Greenville had 19 points through 9 entering the weekend. Omaha entered this one with 15 points through 7. Manicor Decker and Conway link up. 4 blue jerseys get back very quickly. Boyce the volley. Tormenta defending with everything they've got. You wonder how long they could keep this up, though, before they crack at the back. Constant pressure now is coming in droves from the Owls. Manicor Decker is factored into 7 of the 9 goals this team has scored. Started that one on the Islands replay, but Boyce's volley goes astray. Wonder what the captain, Sebastian Contreras, might have offered up in the locker room. Mentioned it in the first half. Everybody on this team looks up to him, as Jay Mims put it. A calming presence, a veteran presence. The guys you rely on in a situation like this. Your team is on the road, facing its largest deficit of the season, in danger of losing its first match of the season. And if this holds, 7 just seems to be that hump that no team can get over to start a season in USL League One. It was a number that North Texas had last year. Micheletto into the box, maybe 3. Jackson saved by Nuhu. Heavy tackle from Osumanu, clean. Tyler David and Boyce go forward. Vandercourt Decker quickly turning defense into offense. His shot blocked. Still fighting through some traffic. And now things settled at the back by Phelps. As I was saying, last year, the record set by North Texas, 7 matches unbeaten. That's where Omaha sits now. Rashid Nuhu in that sequence will be making amends for his own goal in the 22nd minute. Comes up with a massive save on the substitute, Danny Jackson. And the blueprint here in the second half for Tormenta seems to be clear. They are trying to take Omaha's game and stick it right back in their face. They are sitting back. They're waiting for their moment to counter on a turnover like that again. Through to Meyer. He's got Jackson with him on the right, Micheletto on the left. He opts for the Italian. Working on Osumanu. But now he's fronted by 4 white jerseys. Took too much time there. Tormenta is able to earn the corner. Optum Orthopedics and Health System is the official healthcare provider of Tormenta FC. So we tick to the hour mark. Corner kick brought to you by the Sack Company. Micheletto doing some groundskeeping work. Trying to get some more space here on this corner kick. Sends it in low near post. Sliding challenge put in by Osumanu. Gets it clear. Another substitution coming for South Georgia. One as well for Omaha. Neil Vignals checking in for Tormenta. Nursing a slight injury coming in. Wasn't sure if he'd start. He didn't. He's able to come in now, and Milleracey relying on him to give him at least a half an hour. Substitutions brought to you by the Vault. As Avuccio Benoit gives way for the Spaniard. JP Skierce was there checking in for Omaha.
Number 8, Milton.
Sebastian Contreras comes out as Skierce comes in. Foul right here at the edge of the box. And it's going to set up Tormenta with a dangerous situation. First yellow card of the evening. Or DeFerdi Souza. Yellow cards brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Another one of those near the edge of the box. So one in the first half that went against Omaha. Should have been a penalty. They settled for the free kick. Actually scored on the free kick, but it was called back because Demianchuk, who's writing in his book now, did not blow the whistle yet. So doubly unlucky in the first half for Omaha. waiting for that whistle from Demjanjuk. Learned his lesson of Contreras jumping the gun a bit in the first half a couple of times. He runs over it. It's Luca Meyer. He takes a shot. It's over everything. Nuhu hurries it. Tries to catch them in transition. Foul at the back. Arslan takes down Enfor before the ball even got there. Arslan, the second man in the book. First in the book for Tormenta, second overall. That yellow card brought to you by Mose. Another look at it on the Islands replay. Feet just seem to get tangled. Maybe a shove in the back as well from Arslan. Viader sends it backside of the box, headed across the face of goal, but knocked out for a corner kick. Corner kick number 6 for Omaha, brought to you by the Sack Company. From this side, it's usually Contreras, but he was just subbed out, so it's Vanacore Decker. Sent in. Just past 3 white jerseys. Micheletto will look to break. Gets past Enfor. Battle of speed down the wing. Slide, look to have that last off of Viader. And it is. J-Man was pleading his case. Decision already made by Demjanjuk. Watching soccer for a while, I don't know that I've ever seen a coach argue and get a call changed. They'll leave an impression for the next time at least. In the ear of the 4th official. Still going at it down there at the edge of the technical area. Another look at that one on the Islands replay. Might have taken a very slight touch on the back end off of Micheletto's left boot. Omaha was up in arms about that call as well, but the assistant referee taps his chest. My bad, just pointed the wrong way. Long ball looking for Meyer. Takes it down, but it takes him away from goal, and the flag was up anyway. Conway chests it down. 1v2. Knudsen steps up. Finds Conway, who can't find Boyce. Heavy pressure again from Omaha. Running the numbers forward. It's left them vulnerable at the back, but down 2. Trying to get back into it. Doing all they can. Already with 6 shots here in the second half. That's 6 shots in 20 minutes. Matches their first half total. Verity Souza working on Arslan. The 2 guys with a yellow card already. Sent in. Boyce waiting for it. Doesn't get to him. Ricardo Gomez does well to get back to it in time. Thorne lets it run by. I'm not sure he knew where Enfor was. Has to scramble to it. Blinking ball from Skeers, but top line can't do anything with it. Battle between Conway and Micheletto. Foul called against Micheletto. will be in an area where Omaha can whip across into the box. Conway, Micheletto, hard-fought battle. Dangerous on the back end of that, the way that Conway went down on his shoulder, but he pounced up after Micheletto got off of him. Trainers out on the field for Tormenta. Curtis Thorne, the man down. Making his debut as a professional tonight. And he's acquitted himself pretty well on that right side. Little mini break in the action here while he is tended to. About 6 or 7 minutes away from the natural break of the hydration break. So Tormenta will defend this free kick down a man as well. Keep an eye on whether or not Thorne can continue. And actually, as that's going on, they'll sneak in a substitute. Reese Williams comes in for Thorne. So they won't defend down a man. Decker, back post, Enfor's waiting for it. Never gets to him. Phelps knocks it out for a corner kick. Will corner kick number 7 provide the luck for Omaha? Brought to you by the Sack Company. Dami Villader will stand over this one. It'll be his first attempt at a service on a corner kick tonight. In the 70th minute. Sent in right towards Hara. Headed off the line. And now in. Crazy moment at the back. Demyanchuk runs in now. Is it called a goal or is he calling a foul? He's letting it stand as a good goal. And Pablo Hara is stunned. But the lead cut in half here in the 70th minute. Pablo Hara can't believe it. Another look at this one on the Islands replay. Yadair sent it in. Knutson headed it first, off the line. Enfor puts it home. Melee in front after Enfor puts it home. A lot of stunned faces in blue jerseys. But Elma Enfor gets his first goal of the 2020 season.
Union Omaha goal scored by number 15, Elma Enfor.
It wasn't quite as pretty as his bicycle kick for Lansing last year, but he'll take it. He's on the score sheet in 2020. Omaha's on the score sheet this evening. And a team that has yet to face a 2-goal deficit this year. Well, they're clawing back from it. Only down 1 now with 20 minutes to go. Keeping the pressure on. Conway can't get it to Enfor. Nearly runs onto the loose ball. Enfor keeps it alive with the block. Anacord Decker tried to thread that through to Conway. Conway never made the run. Ball was cut out anyway. You just got the sense that Tormenta wasn't going to be able to defend the way they were defending for the entirety of this second half, with at least conceding once. Now the job just becomes avoiding a second concession. Very important 3 points they need to secure tonight. Will John Milleracey have them continue to sit back the way they have been? Or will he open it up a bit more the way they were playing in the first half? We'll be able to talk about that more in depth in a couple of minutes when we get to the hydration break. Away at the back, but a heavy touch from Micheletto gets it back to Knutson. So different players, same position, same result, with a nearly dangerous turnover on the backside. Came in for Kroll. It was a Kroll turnover that led to the first Tormenta goal. John Milaresi talked about certain senses of belief and confidence this week. He said Omaha has had some lucky breaks go their way, and they played tremendous soccer, and when you have the breaks go your way and you're playing well and you're undefeated, you kind of just have this invincible mentality that they have to be very careful of. Have to be careful of it now, as you can see the confidence brewing for Omaha after they got that first goal. They felt it coming the last 10 to 15 minutes or so. Wasn't pretty. They found a way to get it. Elma Enfor's first of the year. Tormenta's turn to respond. Deletto in the corner. Heavy tackle from behind. Yellow's going to come out for Micheletto. He's walking away from Demianchuk. That's not going to change the fact that he's going to get it. In the book, yellow card brought to you by Moe's. Take another look at it on the Islands replay. Saved it well, got past Viadair well. And then a dangerous challenge from behind on Conway. Fans follow South Georgia Tormenta FC and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Verdi Souza sends a ball in towards Hara. Backside. Headed away. To be Phelps again, who rose to meet it. Skiers earns the turnover. Looks to goal. Omaha shouting for handball, but nothing doing there. Phelps had the arm tight to the body. Flashback from a couple of weeks ago when he was called for a handball in the box, shown a second yellow card in a game that resulted in a draw for Tormenta. Maybe he has that in the back of his mind. He made sure to tuck that arm in. At least it initially appeared to be the case. Take another look at the Islands replay to confirm that. Look at the right arm. He tucked it in, hit him in the chest. Nothing doing there. Demianchuk points to his eyes, points to the situation. He was right on it. Did not miss it. And that takes us into our second half Coca-Cola hydration break. Some life from the Owls. Tyler David willing them on. In addition to Sebastian Contreras, who's over there as well. David, one of the older players on this team with more experience. We'll take a look at how we got here. First half, 11th minute. Kroll turns it over. I mentioned it a few moments ago. This was the goal that came from his turnover. Luca Meyer beat Rashid Nuhu. And then Rashid Nuhu beat himself. This ball ultimately finds its way out to Jad Arslan on the wing. This shot takes a funky deflection, hits the post, and then Nuhu just whipped that leg around. It certainly seemed as if he had good intentions of just clearing it out for the corner and living to fight another few minutes. But he found his own net with it. And here's the crazy play that led to the Omaha goal. They thought that it was over the line anyway, as Muller rose to head it at that far post. But then N4 cleaned it up. A lot of bodies flying in front. Tormenta was stunned that there was no foul called. But Elma N4's first of the season in the 70th minute. Makes it a 2-1 ball game. Quarter hour remaining.
Substitutions for Tormenta. Coming on for number 10, Marco Micheletto. Number 17, Tunde Akinlasotu. Coming on for number 21,
couple of subs to get you here in a moment.
Number 16,
That foul is called against Devin Boyce. Marco Micheletto comes out. Tunde Akinlasotu makes his debut for Tormenta. New signee. Jad Arson comes out for Devin Jamga. Substitutions brought to you by the Vault. Tormenta would like to thank the Vault for being the place our players call home. Kin Lesotho looking to make a good impression in his debut. Tracking back here, working on Vanacore Decker. Kin Lesotho, natural number 9, and showing his speed here as he comes back, but he can't stay in front of Conway. Gets it now and earns the goal kick. Kin Lesotho signing was announced recently. Been training with the team for a couple of weeks. Played collegiately at George Mason University. He was the captain and scored 13 goals and had 12 assists in his 59 matches. Ranging forward now, Verity Souza puts that one in a dangerous spot for Nuhu. And Danny Jackson looking to converge on it. So Nuhu just gets it away. Vinyals dispossesses Boyce. Tried to send Kin Lesotho into some space. Rush legs for Kin Lesotho. Watch them try to use him early and often, get him integrated into this team. Pablo Hara will just watch that one go. Either a very ambitious shot that didn't have much on it, or an ill-fated cross since there was nobody there in the box. All subs used for Tormenta, 1 remaining for Omaha. How will Jay Mims choose to impact this game in one final manner, if he even does choose to do so? Vanacore Decker lifts one forward, but he can't get it over Williams. Looking for Conway. Kin Lesotho has been all over the ball since he's come in. Give away here. Through ball looking for Renfort. Has to play with his back to goal. Boyce gets it wide to Conway. Those two connected for the goal last Sunday. That gave Omaha the 1-0 win over Orlando City B. Good defensive shape maintained by Tormenta. 10 minutes from the end. 10 minutes from 3 points. Verity Souza. Unbelievable. Verity Souza, the sub. Do any backflip you want. He's tied it up at 2. Fans silenced here at Irk Russell Park. Pablo Hara, nothing he can do about that one. First goal of the season for Verity Souza. We got to take one more look at that one, at least on the Islands replay. All the space in the world. Vinyals backs away, lifts his head, picks out the far post. And we are tied up at deuces here in the 82nd minute. Goal brought to you by Durrance Lane. The goals scored by Omaha could not have been more different. Lightning bolt from Verity Souza. Dirty play in front, that N4 heads home. Either way, it's 2-2. Now look for some more desperation from Tormenta. They need these 3 points. They had the 2-0 lead. They've squandered that 2-0 lead. And they have no subs remaining. So the team out there is a team that will finish it. Talking a few moments ago about that just belief that Omaha has, that John Milleracey alluded to, and having to deal with Omaha this week. They feel invincible. They tied it again. Kin Lesotho looking to acquit himself well to these fans in his debut, and he earns the corner kick. Corner kick brought to you by the Sack Company. As you see, their 3rd goal conceded in the last quarter hour by Tormenta. Neil Vinyals will position this for the corner kick. Player down is Phelps on the backside for Tormenta. Remember, they have no subs remaining. Read his lips there. He said, "I'm good" to Gomez. Being tended to by the trainer. Gingerly will walk off for the moment. Gave the thumbs up, though. See how quickly he may or may not come back on. Again, just want to reiterate, no subs remaining for Tormenta if he cannot continue. And that would be quite the crushing blow. Used their 5th sub, had the lead. Lead vanished momentarily after that. Vinyals trying to get that lead back on the corner. Williams heads it. Takes a deflection, but falls softly to Nuhu. N4 went way over the top there, and it looked to be Phelps who made that header. So he's back out there, he's fine. Evan Boyce tried something fancy. Ball stayed in. Williams thought it was going to go out, let it go. Possession back to Omaha. They have all the momentum going forward now, but nobody on the backside to put that cross from Conway in. Fourth time this season Omaha has scored in the last quarter hour. If they can make it 5 and steal the 3 points, a team that was already very confident will see that confidence soar even higher. And on the flip side, don't think that Tormenta has any struggles scoring late. They are the league leaders with 5 goals scored in the last quarter hour. So 9 goals in the last quarter hour between these two teams. Don't go anywhere yet. Plenty of fireworks possibly in store. Just 5 minutes left. More than enough time for both of these sides. Tied up at 2. Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN Plus to bring you to this match's conclusion. Meyer tries to turn. Poked away. Meyer opened the scoring in the 11th. Nuhu own goal in the 22nd. Gave Tormenta that lead. Kilasoto now in space. Vinyals can't do anything with it. Jamga able to grab it. No call. Demjanjuk holds on to the whistle as Jamga went down. Anacor Decker looking for N4, running in behind Phelps. Next opportunity they get, Omaha is going to use that final substitution. It's going to be forward Juan Ignacio Mare checking in for Ethan Vanacore Decker. One last attempt to get fresh legs forward for Jay Mims and get that 3rd goal. Advanced Chiropractics is the official chiropractor of Tormenta FC. Nuhu taking his space. We'll just let that one go. As will Williams out for a goal kick. On the road, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, and Rodney Marsh. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, which starts this weekend, and the UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM FC, channel 157, on your Sirius XM radio and the Sirius XM app. There is Juan Mare, set to make this last change for Omaha as Ethan Vanacore Decker goes over to the bench. Final of the 10 total substitutions, as the previous 9 brought to you by the Vault.
Number 22, Juan Mare.
Lesotho applying the pressure. Long ball from Nuhu. Haven't called Gomez's name a ton, directing traffic now in front of him. Cuts a ball to Meyer. He takes his space. Vignals down the wing. Muller sends in a ball, center of the box, headed away by Knutson. Chance to go the other way. Mare springs Boyce. 90 seconds remaining of the 90 minutes. Again goes forward. Uses Jamga. One-on-one. Cuts it past Verity Souza. Skiers. Heads it out for a corner kick. 60 seconds remaining of regulation. Awaiting word on stoppage time. Is there a hero in this match? Souza's strike. 81st minute, tied things up. Jamga did really well to recover there. Omaha had a chance to break after he slipped. Field a lot slicker here in the second half as the skies opened up at halftime. That's why you've seen some players slipping and sliding here in the second half. Mare sends forward and 4 runs underneath it. Flag goes up on the far side. Into the Southern Downs stoppage time, 6 minutes of it. Plenty of time for this game to take one more twist or turn. Demianchuk giving the lungs a workout here. Kept blowing the whistle. Wanted Tormenta to put that ball where it was supposed to go. Desperate times for Tormenta. They need these 3 points. Through ball looking for Jackson, not quite. Omaha a few minutes away from remaining undefeated, setting the League One record for most games unbeaten to begin a season at 8. It would keep their record nice and symmetrical at 4-0-4. Error not found this time as the team remains undefeated possibly. Had visions of taking his space on that loose ball, but the flag was up on Devin Jamga. Just by watching these last few minutes, you could tell which is the team that's got their backs against the wall, which is the team in second place, sitting in a good spot. After that second goal, the intensity really ratcheted up from Tormenta. Omaha much calmer, knowing they aren't really in these desperate times as Tormenta is. Draw fine for Omaha. It means they could fall to third with a Richmond win tomorrow. But a point still good on the road, especially after being down 2-0. Conway and Boyce. Boyce looking back for Conway. Mare on the right side. Gets it from Boyce. Nearly halfway through stoppage time. Mare just gives that one away. Thought he had a teammate with him. Only Neil Vignals back there. Viader tries to navigate the sea of navy blue jerseys. Haven't seen as much offensively out of him tonight. Mentioned it in the first half. Hands full with Marco Micheletto, one of the top right wings in this league on that side. And since Micheletto has gone out, thought maybe Viader might press forward more, but the fresh legs of Achilles Soto keeping Viader on his toes, keeping him back. Low line drive from Nuhu. 2.5 to go. Mare turns into space. He's got fresh legs as well. He's got 3 white jerseys with him, 4-on-4. Even numbers game, Mare, and the opportunity goes by the wayside with that ball. Keeps that one in from Vignals. Under 2 remaining. Elma and 4. Really good pressure. Spring something for Omaha. 2-on-2. Phelps rushing back. Into the box. Mare, the shot. Deflection by Hara, trickling towards the goal. But taken away now by Muller. Tormenta maybe saw their season flash before their eyes. Now long, but Achilles Soto can't get on the end of it. Pressure still on from Omaha. Man down for Tormenta. Omaha continues. And fair play here from Verity Souza. He'll just poke it out. We were about 90 seconds away from the end of this one. See how much more time Demjanjuk adds after that. Another look at that chance from a moment ago on the Islands replay. Mare had visions of being that hero. Not enough on it. Slight touch from Hara. And Muller on the backside to clean it up. Once we resume, we'll be at the liberty of Sergei Demjanjuk. Being told that whenever play does resume, be it soon in the 96th, a few minutes from now in the 99th, whatever the case may be, there will be 1 additional minute of time added. So from the time that the ball is put back into play, set your stopwatches. You want to be on track with Demjanjuk. 60 seconds more. You imagine that since Omaha played it out because of the injury, Tormenta will do the right thing, at least you'd hope, and play it back to the goalkeeper. So Omaha would essentially have 60 seconds to try to put the ball past Pablo Hara and steal the 3 points. Gomez appears to be in some serious pain as he is helped to the sideline. Holding that left leg, walking on it gingerly. The key piece of this midfield for Tormenta. That central defensive midfielder. The linchpin back there. Conduit between the back line and the top line. As I mentioned, Tormenta goes all the way down. Rashid Nuhu with it now. Looking to spring one last attack. On the upper left corner, watch for the 98-10 mark for the end of this one. If Demjanjuk's true to his word. Boyce the volley, deflected by Phelps. And Ford nods it down. Mare has Boyce. Still with Mare. He's taken down. No call from Demjanjuk. About 30 seconds remaining. Viader In space, tries the through ball, took a slight touch. There'll be a corner kick here for Omaha. They'll have to hurry. At this stage, don't imagine Tormenta will have any opportunity to go forward. Last corner brought to you by the Sack Company. This will be the last play of the game. Will it be 1 point each, or will Omaha snatch all three? Last corner they had, they found the net. Viadair sends it in. Center of the box, headed away for the moment. Still loose, Osumanu. Out there, cleared away. Final whistle. A hard-earned 2-2 draw for Omaha, coming all the way back from 2-0 down in the 22nd minute. And for Tormenta, it might have seen the balloon pop on their season. Needed 3 points, only came away with one and squandered that 2-0 lead. But Jay Mims and the Owls remain undefeated. Set the League One record for most matches unbeaten to begin a season at 4-0-4. Man of the match brought to you by Davis Marketing. He was also your Davis Marketing player to watch at the beginning of the game. It's Luca Meyer. Scored the goal in the 11th minute. Tormenta is out flying. Own goal 11 minutes later gave them that 2-0 lead, but it wasn't enough. Luca Meyer got the breakthrough that John Milleracey has sensed has been on the horizon for Meyer. But a 2-2 draw in the end as we take a look in a moment at the save of the game brought to you by Kelly Torres. It came back in the first half. Pablo Hara gets your save of the match. A strong goalkeeper for Tormenta. Played a big part in them earning this draw tonight. Save on that header by Tyler David. And we'll be back in a few moments to put a bow on this one. 2-2 in South Georgia. Final score brought to you by Hampton Inn. Stay with us here on ESPN+.
Hi, I'm Michelle Smith-Lake from Kids World Learning Center here in Statesboro, Georgia. Let us take care of all of your childcare needs here at Kids World Learning Center, from your infants all the way to your after-schoolers. We also have a summer camp and holiday camp for those older children. And we have our brand new bus for our field trips, for the children to have fun and to learn and to explore new things all around our beautiful county. Thank you for trusting us with your most prized possessions.
The farmer uses his vehicle for work, but his wife and children, we have a lot of precious cargo that's put into SUVs and things of that nature. We put a lot of pride in making sure that we have something for everybody.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
Hope that break allows you to catch your breath after the wild finish to this one. Joe Malfa still here with you on ESPN+. A 2-2 draw brought to you by Hampton Inn. We take a look now at the play of the match brought to you by Renaissance Bank. It's the opening goal from Luca Meyer that came all the way back in that 11th minute. Started with the giveaway at the back from Jake Kroll. Marco Micheletto wasted no time in turning this into a perfect through ball to Meyer. First time shot opens the scoring. Again, your Renaissance Bank play of the match. But not enough for Tormenta. Now a look at the defensive play of the match brought to you by Bullock Broadband. Double save on the backside. Defender save, Hara save. That kept things at a 2-0 advantage in the first half for Tormenta. They squandered in the end as we take a look at the full-time highlights. You just saw this goal a moment ago as the play of the game. Brought to you by Renaissance Bank. We'll take another look at it now in the full-time highlights. Marco Micheletto, Luca Meyer. John Milleracey talked about those two guys leading the charge, and after that early showing, you thought it might have been Tormenta's night. After this lucky break on the play from Jad Arslan, which Nuhu ultimately put in his own net, you really thought it was Tormenta's night. But the tide changed in the second half. Omaha came out flying. Take another look at one of the few chances they had in the first half, the volley from Osumanu. Save at the back. But the chances really started coming in droves for Omaha in the second and ultimately allowed them to equalize. They were always dangerous on corners. More on that later, as you'll see how they scored their first goal. That one just led to a Boyce volley over everything. Here is that goal off the corner. Saved off the line initially by Muller while everybody was raising their arms, calling this and that. And Force stayed on target, stayed locked in on the ball, and headed it home. Cut the deficit in half, much to the dismay of just about that entire Tormenta back line. Not sure how either a foul or a handball or something in that melee was not called. And Omaha would just continue to persist in their efforts to draw level and remain unbeaten. Ball goes out to Ferdy Souza, finds the space, Viñals gives it to him, and he picks out the corner past Pablo Jara. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. Full-time stats, 2 goals apiece, 20 shots for Omaha, matching their mark from this past Sunday to just 9 for Tormenta. Possession went the Owls' way, and the game ends up level. Take a look at the updated standings. The 1 point keeps Omaha in second. They'll be at the liberty of the Richmond Kickers tomorrow as they face Chattanooga. 1 o'clock right here on ESPN+. The Kickers a chance with 3 points to go back into second. And then Tormenta remains in 6th for now, but you see the double digits there in the games played column. 10 games played, still just 10 points. Tough sledding for them ahead. Both the Ibis and the fans, though, will keep the faith. Nothing is over until it's over in this shortened USL League One season. For all of us here, Joe Malfa signing off from ESPN+. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday evening. Your final score, 2 for South Georgia, 2 for Omaha. The beginning of a loaded weekend here in USL League One. Triple header tomorrow, caps off on Sunday. You can catch it all right here on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.